PR, where we learn everything all about public relations. With me, your host, Joanne Kataike Okello. For those that have followed our channel, thank you so much. And those that haven't, please remember to follow everything PR on the link below, and you learn all about public relations. Today, our focus topic is, what is the correlation between events and PR? Do events play an important role in the execution of PR campaigns? Yes, the answer is yes, and yes, PR practitioners should familiarize themselves with events. You cannot be a successful PR practitioner and you don't understand the dynamics behind managing or setting up or executing events. Today, I would love to give you various tips on what you can do to ensure that your PR events are very successful. The first question you'll ask me, what are PR events anyway? So there are so many kinds of events, but every event can actually be a PR event. For companies, if PR events range from press conferences, product launch events, dinners, cocktails, end-of-year parties, exhibitions, conferences. There's a lot of PR events for the corporate organizations. For individuals, you could also say, I want to position myself to be believed to be a certain brand. So how you conduct your weddings, how you conduct your birthday parties, how you conduct your events every day, even just hosting people at home can actually be a PR event. Events are very important in PR because one, they generate media publicity, they are used to launch products and services, they are used to actually publicize or generate brand awareness for companies, and they are used to promote products and services. I have about 12 tips to give you when it comes to planning and organizing events, especially for PR. What are the various tips to running a PR event successfully? Number one, you will ask yourself, what is the goal of this event? When a client calls you or a colleague asks you about organizing an event on their behalf, the first question you need to ask them, what is the goal of this event? What do you want to achieve? Are you launching a new product? Are you just celebrating 100 years of existence? Are you launching a service? Are you making a major announcement of a change of a CEO? All that, the goal of the event informs the kind of event it's going to be. Secondly, it's very important, out of the goal, you develop a theme. A theme of an event creates an ambience. If you're launching a product, for example, which is a lifestyle product, the ambience of the event has to be cool. The theme has to be modern and cool. If you're launching a product for people that are above 50 years, you must set up that venue or event in such a way that it appeals to the 50-year-old. So let us not copy and paste events. Events are very specific in nature. What appeals to a certain product, let me say you're launching a soda, is different from how you launch a beer, is different from how you launch soap, it's different from how you launch a hair product. So the theme is informed by the goal of the event. Now, after you develop the theme, it's very, very important that you list the various activities that are going to be entailed in this event. For example, you need chairs, you need a venue, you need guest speakers, you need to invite the guests. All those are the various activities. Now, tip 4 out of the activities is you need to develop what we call a timeline or a checklist for an event. If you run an event without having a checklist, you will not be able to tick off those things that you have done and those things that you haven't done. And the checklist should always have a date by when should you have delivered this activity. If you have 3 weeks within which to organize an event, give yourself timeline so that all these activities are done before the 3 weeks. Now that you have developed a checklist, it's very important that you assign responsibilities among your team members. If you have a checklist with 20 items, don't give yourself all these things to deliver. You must have a team. So the checklist now gets into the moment of assigning responsibilities. So every activity that you've listed on the checklist should have a responsible person that is going to oversee it. After you identify the people that are going to execute this event, it's important that you start communicating the event. That is tip number 7. You need to start communicating the event. Communicating the event is in such a way that if it's a public event, are you going to run ads out there? Are you going to put it on social media? If it's a private event, have you sent out invites to the guests to come? If it's an internal event, have you communicated to your colleagues, the staff, about this event? So communicating the event is very important. The next tip is, after you've started communicating the event, you must have periodical meetings. The meetings can either be online on Zoom, physical. That is very important to the success of an event. Having periodical meetings to review the activities done on the checklist, the pending items, event is very important. Next, before an event happens, 2 to 3 days before an event, it's always important to carry out a dry run, what we call a rehearsal. The rehearsal can be going to the venue with many of the suppliers, going through all their deliverables, going through the bit by bit of that event in terms of how it starts and how it ends. It will help you put all your suppliers, all your logistical team in line with what you want to achieve as a vision for this event, especially that you have a goal. Remember, we talked about the goal in the beginning. So if you don't bring all the suppliers, the service providers, all the logistics team on board to understand what the goal of the event is, then you'll have a crisis. So very importantly is to rehearse an event or run a dry run 2 to 3 days before an event is very important. Next, as a PR practitioner, never have one plan. We call it a contingency plan. Plan B. It's very important for every event to have plan B. Why am I talking about plan B? Plan B can be as simple as a venue. If you've chosen venue A, it could rain, it could be an open venue. What is option B in case it rains? Can you shift this event quickly? Do you have a contingency plan? Do you have a plan in case your master of ceremonies, the host for the event, turns you down? What is option B? Do you have colleagues that can actually run this show? If you have invited 100 guests and only 50 have confirmed, do you go ahead and set up for 100 guests, or do you have a contingency plan that in case only 50 people confirm, I only set up an event for 50? Or what is the option of me actually inviting more people to ensure that I meet the target number of people for this event? I hope you have learned all about events. I myself have done a mammoth of events. I have done the small events, the big events, the medium-sized events. I have all the experience that you need to run an event. If you need support, if you need help during an event, please don't be shy to reach out to me. I'll be able to support you. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those that have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly click on the link below and all will be well with PR. Thank you.